Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Fan. This is the recorded video for week 1, day 1. So to begin with, our opening question today is to think of an example of weather and climate. Take a moment and think about it. What do you think is weather? How about climate? How do you think they are different? So let's talk about weather and climate again. Again, weather is talking about a short-term state of the atmosphere versus climate is a long-term pattern of weather. So when we talk about weather, for example, we can say that, well, today it's going to rain in San Mateo. That would be weather. Climate would be what is the average temperature of San Mateo in January for the past 30 years. So you can see that it's much longer term. Let's take a look at another example. Right here, for weather, it says there will be blizzard next Friday. Okay, they're talking about a specific date when there is a certain type of weather. On the other hand, they can also talk about blizzard, but by changing the wording, they can actually make it into climate. For example, Canada is known for its blizzard each winter. Now notice that both sides they mention about blizzard, but one they talk about that there will be a blizzard next Friday, and the other one they talk about that there will be many blizzard each winter. So climate, we can see that they are talking about not just like a specific day or specific month, but they talk about in general what is the weather pattern that we see. Another one right here. Last week it held on Saturday. This is an example of weather. And for climate, it has held every July since 1976. So we can see both of them talk about a type of precipitation, but for the example in weather, we can see that it's a specific precipitation on a specific day. Versus on the right side, we can see that every July, we can see this type of precipitation for the past 30 plus years. So we can see the difference between weather and climate. So with that brings us to our first day in quarter 3. Congratulations, you have finished our first semester and now we are moving on to our second semester. So we just review what weather and climate is. If you want to challenge yourself, go ahead and click on the self-paced Kahoot in the description below to challenge yourself to distinguish the difference between weather and climate. With that, we will now move on to our announcement for today. If you have any question about your quarter 3 schedule, again, please reach out to your counselor if you are not sure what your elective classes is. Google Classroom. Again, your original Google Classroom has been archived. So from now on, we will be using the new Google Classroom only. So how can you tell which one is the new one? When you log on, you will see the Google Classroom starting with the word NEW. These are all the new Google Classroom right here. So make sure to click on the new one. The old one is actually already in the archive folder, so it's right here on the very bottom. So it's not going to appear right here on the top for you. Okay, you still have your work. You can still find the work that you did before, but it is not going to be an active class anymore. All right, next, Google Meet versus Zoom. So again, we are still practicing Zoom. I know that we still have some questions about Zoom for now. We are still learning how it works. So if you are not 100% familiar with it yet, it is okay to feel that way. Again, if you have any question about Zoom, please feel free to ask. And for this week, again, this is the week of January 25th, we are still logging onto Google Meet every single day this week. Please remember that. For the Zoom, I have put the practice link in your Google Classroom. So in your Google Classroom, when you click on classwork, again, you'll find the Zoom link right here. Please remember, we are starting every day in Google Meet this week. Okay, this is just a link that we are practicing. So if you accidentally get exit out from the room, you can just come back here to click on the link. We are going to be using this link from now on, and this is a different link from the link that we practiced last week. All right, extra credit for quarter 3. If you would like to earn extra credit, again, you can share your nature name and magic spot on Flipgrid. We'll also have a live Q&A with Mr. Nolan and Solar Steve next Wednesday between 1 to 1:30, and you can earn extra credit by coming and joining the Google Meet after school. Alright, with that, I do want to talk a little bit more today about Zoom. Again, we are still practicing right now. If you have a question, it's okay to have a question. So last time I did a video comparing Google Meet and Zoom, and I put them side by side. But a lot of people have also been asking about the browser version. So today I want to take a look at the browser, Zoom with you, and show you where the buttons are located. I'll also show you the Duelist extension that I would highly recommend if you haven't downloaded this yet. And we'll also try out the poll function in Zoom. Alright, so let's first take a look at the browser version. So I'm going to go into your Google Classroom right now. I'm going to click on classwork, and I'm going to come right here to find the Zoom link. I'm going to click right here on the Zoom link. Now notice that there are a few different options. There is this option right here that I can open the application. But today, again, I'm going to be showing you the joining from your browser. So I'm going to click right here to join from the browser. So right here, you can see that there is a few different functions this time. Okay, on the very left, you will see join audio. So instead of seeing the mute and unmute button, you first see this icon that looks like a headphone. You do have to click join audio by computer before you are able to hear or speak. So make sure if you click join by browser, okay, make sure to click on join audio by computer. After you click on that, what about the reaction? Okay, you can click right here on participant, and you'll find the reaction right on the bottom. So you do have to click participant to see this. So they say yes, no, go slower, go faster, and they have a few more icons right here next to more. When you click on chat, again, you also have the option to either chat with everyone or chat directly with me. So those are some of the functions that you will see on the browser. So the emoji looks slightly different between the browser and the application for now. Okay, so but you do have the options to like raise your hand, say yes, no, go slower, faster, etc. All right, next, let's go back to the Duelist extension. Duelist, I mentioned this to you at the beginning of quarter 1, but I want to show you this again. It is a very helpful app in order for you to split your monitors into two sides. Okay, so again, you're using just one Chromebook, but you can have your Google Meet on the left, or later we'll be using the Zoom on the left, and you can have your other tabs on the right side. So if you haven't downloaded this yet, I will highly recommend it. I'll also put the link into your description below. Okay. With that, for the poll function, this is something that is enabled in Zoom, so I will not be able to show you in this video, but I hope that next time when you're joining us in class, you can try it out together with us, and we will also try out this poll function both on Wednesday and on Friday this week. Alright, next. In our class, we had a chance to log on to Zoom today to try out the function, and we also try out the polling function. The polling function, there were two questions that I was asking everyone. The first question was, what is everyone's comfort level in Zoom? And the second question is about how you would like the assignment to be named. So those are the two questions that I asked. The second portion, we have a breakout groups in Zoom. And in the breakout group, what you did was to introduce your name, your favorite city and climate, and what factors affect climates. So as you're watching this video right now, I want you to take a moment to think about it. What do you think are some factors that would affect weather and climate? Go ahead and pause this video and write it down on a piece of paper. Alright, with that, as we come back, we have a 3 minutes break before we move on to our next section. Our next section today, we do want to take a look more to see what are some factors that affect climate. For today, we went into our week 1 lab. You can find that in your Google Classroom. Again, make sure to click on classwork. Go down to week 1, comparing climate lab. Again, these two tabs that you want to click on. This one is the Gizmo lab. And the one on the right, this is the document that we are going to be working on. Go ahead and click on this. Okay, let me open the assignment and show it to you. The climate of a location is influenced by many factors. This includes latitude, how far north or south a location is, position relative to oceans, and motions of large air mass. In this activity, you will see how some of these factors affect climate. Number 1, hypothesis. How are the climates near the equator different from the climate near the North and South Pole? Explain why. Again, right here, go ahead and explain how is it different. Is it hotter? Is it colder? Is it more humid? Is it more dry? How do you think the climate is like and why? Next, let's take a look at data collection. We are going to find all this tab in your Gizmo. So let's log on to your Gizmo right now. What you're going to do first today, you'll be choosing 2 cities of your choice with your group member. For some class, you have started some data collection. For other class, you have not started data collection yet. So let me go over the city that you'll be able to choose in this Gizmo lab. In this Gizmo lab, you can choose San Francisco, Yellowknife, Kansas City, New York, Miami, Barcelona, Manassas, Cairo, Ulaanbaatar, and Sydney. For my example today, I am going to choose New York. As you watch this video, please keep in mind that for some classes, we only have time to choose the city. So if you only have time to choose the city, again, I will go over the data analysis with you, data collection with you tomorrow in class as well. So let's take a look at New York for my example. I see New York, the latitude is 40 degrees north, and I'm going to put it right here. For my location 1, I'm going to put the latitude is 40 degrees north. Let's take a look at my highest and lowest temperature. Where would I find that? I will go into the data tab to find the highest and lowest monthly temperature. Let's take a look. Again, I click right here on data. I want to take a look at this list of temperature. What is the biggest number and what is the smallest number? As I take a look at this list of number right here, I see the smallest number is right here, 32. That's the smallest number out of this entire table. 32 degrees in the month of January. So I want to make sure right here I record the temperature 32. How about the highest temperature? Right here, the highest temperature, I'm going to take a look at this list. I see that the highest temperature is 77 degrees Fahrenheit in the month of July. Again, it's 77 degrees in the month of July. So I'm going to record it right here. So I get the first two information. You get that in the world map tab for the location and latitude. You get it for the first tab right here on the world map. The highest and lowest temperature, you get it from the data tab. Okay, so it's going to locate right here, data. You want to look at this list and see which month have the highest temperature and which month have the lowest temperature. Let's take a look at the third one. The third one, you are going to be looking at the picture in the landscape tab and describe your observation under climate observation. So let's take a look. Under landscape, I'm first going to take a look in January, the month of January, when it's going to be very cold. As I look at this picture right here, I notice that there's some snow right here, and I also notice that there are no leaves on the tree. That's what I'm going to put right here. The lawn has some snow and there are no leaves on trees. Let's take a look at the month with the highest temperature. That was the month of July. And I noticed that in July right here, the lawn looks green and I also see that the sky looks clear. So I'm going to put it right here. So notice that my climate observation, I will first do it for the month of lowest temperature and the month of highest temperature. That is under the landscape tab right here. You want to go to the month with the highest temperature and the month of lowest temperature, and you want to use one sentence to describe how the picture looks like. What do you see in this picture? Alright, so that's what we did today. You can also take your second location, find out what is the latitude, highest temperature, lowest temperature, and also complete your climate observation from the month with the highest temperature and the month with the lowest temperature. So with that, I will be seeing you tomorrow and have a great day. Bye-bye.